So last week, me and John, we went to like an art film exhibition / talk called Random Acts in Liverpool.
Yeah, the Fact Cinema.
At the Fact Cinema in Liverpool. It's a really nice place. If you've ever been to Home Cinema in Manchester or anything like that, you'll know what it is. So we sat down and we're being delivered a talk on how to push our own art film, but we were also shown other art films. And obviously, I describe myself as a storyteller, as a narrativist.
I think it needs to be back balance of both. Like some David Lynch films are both art based and narrative based. It's got to have balances coming in.
Oh, sorry I'm late, Jamie. Oh, sorry I'm late.
Jamie. What's he doing here?
What is this?
You said he wasn't going to come.
Well, I was prepared for this. Okay.
Why is John here?
Why is Ben here?
Look, if you'll just give me a chance, I'll explain, because this has got beyond a joke now, okay?
I specifically said, I'll do it when John's not here.
Yeah, so I told you that John wasn't going to be here, and I told you that Ben wasn't going to be here, because we need to have an intervention.
What intervention?
Because I'm sick of all this beefing. It's causing massive rifts in the show, guys.
But
massive
he ate
rifts.
my Kit Kat Chunky.
Look, the Kit Kat Chunky, you can get I'll get you a multi-pack of 4.
Listen, I was hungry. I need to survive.
You're always hungry.
Yeah, but that's not a problem.
There is a problem.
For me.
There is a problem when John's always got Kit Kats.
Oh.
Yeah. Kit Kats are a basic
I like
human
Kit Kats.
right. Yeah, but you get your own and I'll have mine.
I don't want mine, I want yours.
Okay. Are you just gonna see how this show goes? You're gonna stick around?
I think John should be the bigger man and should leave.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna stay.
Right.
And
John's not
in
gonna
front
leave.
of the
Just
door,
to
so I
irritate
can't
you.
leave.
Yeah. All right.
I don't. Oh.
It's like the first time
I'll
we've had...
begrudgingly go on.
I'll stay just to see him.
Do you know what, John? I think Jamie's the problem.
Oh yeah, I agree.
You know, I think
Really?
we'll have a chat.
I'm the glue
That binds us together.
that binds us.
No one likes glue.
That's
You
not
weak
true.
me. You're Pritt Stick. No one likes that.
People used to love it at school where you'd put glue all over your hands and then get
You
all
peel
the
it off.
You peel it off.
Oh, yeah, you're
That's
alright.
People love glue.
You're alright, Jamie.
Um,
How many sadists do that? You're stupid.
I'm doing it right now.
It's Ben's pastime.
Ironically.
when he's not on this
Irony
show,
of
he's painting his hand and peeling it off.
Yeah, it's great.
But anyway, it's like the first time we've had everyone
We're actually, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Like-
This time, all three of us are back.
in the room.
The actual, the show.
The actual.
So is this technically the first episode? Even
No,
though it's
no.
the
this
fifth.
is episode 5. Okay, it's taken us 5 goes to get it right,
Okay.
and it hasn't been that bad with us
Mm.
trying. So I'm glad you're here, Ben. I'm glad you're here, John. I'm
Thank
glad
you.
we're all here,
All
Um,
together.
all together. Now we can actually
It's alright.
have a freeway debate about things. We can actually, because we just end up arguing, Ben.
I'll be the one to say no,
Yeah.
ladies,
Stop us.
stop.
Because I just think everything you say is stupid. And you just think
Everything you say is wrong.
You think everything that I say is stupid or wrong.
Yeah.
So
It's
we
'cause it
just
is.
we get
Okay,
nowhere.
ladies, let's just get back to the show. Let's get back to the show.
Right.
Okay.
Saying Jamie's wrong.
Let's go straight into the news then. So we'll start off on a somber note.
Oh.
Bill Paxton.
Aw.
Every time Ben Pye's been on the show, someone has died.
Yeah, I think that is actually true.
Yeah.
Now Bill Paxton, we're sorry.
That came out of nowhere.
That was a surprise.
That was a real
a
shock.
surprise.
It was a
yeah.
surprise.
Real shock.
Rest in peace, man.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was great.
Known for Aliens, Twister,
Titanic.
Yeah,
He's in Terminator.
Predator 2.
Which one? Was he in the first
He's in the
Terminator?
first
Apollo
one, yeah.
13, of course.
He's in one of the first few scenes of Terminator.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that
He's in the Thunderbirds movie.
that got him his break, actually, didn't it? Because James Cameron he was just the thug who went up to Arnie and was like,
Oh God, yeah, it
give
was.
us, and he was like, give me your clothes. And he
Your
was
boots.
like, what did
Give me
he,
your boots.
what did he say? What was his line?
I don't know.
He's got a really funny, well, it's not funny, but it's the way he says it. Something about,
Lord. It's been a
yeah.
long time since
Dunno.
I've seen the film.
It's like along the lines of have you not had your head checked or something? Or it's
Something
like,
like that.
do you speak to your mother with that
Yeah.
mouth? Something like that.
And he's famously got game over, man.
Yeah.
Game over.
Although I think the most iconic line of the opening of Terminator is the guy who's in the bin, in the bin van.
Yeah.
And he goes, what the hell? When there's just this massive electrical storm in front of him, he's like, what the hell? But yeah,
he was really good. He had
rest in peace,
diversity
yeah.
in his roles. He was really good.
I mean, there's been plenty of memorials out there, but yeah, that was the story of how he got to be into acting mainstays. That James Cameron spotted him from that little cameo role and referenced him for other roles.
Not bad.
But yeah,
good for him.
Rest in peace.
What a good body of work to leave behind. Yeah. I always say.
Nice guy.
He came across.
Well, yeah, a shock definitely.
Was surprising.
Quite young.
Yeah. 61. Yeah, it's too young. But
let's not dwell.
No.
Let's not dwell on that one. The Batman. We talked about this for many weeks, but it's news. It's news. It's the news that it's not. And like I should have said before, I say this most weeks. Like this isn't the definitive most important news. This is just the news that I've been like, oh okay,
yeah. Yeah. So we could do that one.
Yeah. So Matt Reeves has been officially announced as the director of the Batman.
I just think this whole business with the Batman reboot is just getting out of hand now. Christian Bale did it. We only finished it 5 years ago. Now there's obviously Ben Affleck's taking over with his Batman Superman. Why do we need another film? And what is it going to be about? As long as it does something new. I like the idea of carrying this on, this idea that he's old. An older Batman.
Yeah.
Trying to keep going. As long as they do something new with it, sick of it.
I watched the other night, Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
Which was on Channel 4. And
nice plug.
Yeah. Please,
sponsors.
Please take a BuzzFeed. But yeah, it was enjoyable. I mean,
they're really good.
If you can bring that kind of level of intrigue,
didn't he do Edge of Tomorrow? Isn't that Matt Reeves? Am I wrong?
I think you
am
might
I
be
really
wrong.
Or am I thinking of Doug Liman?
Tell you who was in Edge of Tomorrow. Bill Paxton.
Oh wow, yeah. Yeah, but I'll believe that Matt Reeves directing Batman. Oh,
nope.
I am wrong.
He is wrong.
Batman, yeah.
I believe Matt Reeves is doing Batman when I'm in the cinema and I see the credits.
Yeah,
because every day it's changing.
New. And is Ben Affleck actually written it? Has he written it?
I don't even know anymore.
Do you know what?
I thought he was writing it with Jeff Johns, who's trying to be the new DC guy in charge of all DC, but I don't know anymore.
But Ben Affleck's a good writer because he co-wrote Good Will Hunting with Matt Damon, which is a great film. He's really talented.
Warner Brothers or whoever's doing DC movies seem to be a bit stupid. But if they want to sponsor the show, I'll still take the money, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Here's a bit of here's some more Batman news, but of the Lego variety.
What?
Yes. Yeah, which we prefer. I prefer.
It's meant to be better than reviews for this.
I love the Lego movie.
Yeah. It's awesome.
I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it, John?
No, I'm not 2.
It's so much fun.
I'm not 6.
Everything.
Oh no,
everything about it.
It's great.
Everything about it is awesome.
Okay.
It's great.
Yeah. So Lego Batman director Chris McKay, he's set to direct a live-action Nightwing movie. So Nightwing's one of the Batman.
Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah, he was Robin, wasn't he?
He was.
Dick
he
Grayson.
was the first Robin. He was Dick Grayson.
Yeah.
And he's finally went, I've had enough of this. I'm going to do my own thing. I'm 14 now, Mum. I can do what I want, kind of thing. And so he went off and became Nightwing and did his own thing. That's about it.
Isn't there multiple Nightwings?
No, there's multiple Robins.
Yeah.
But there might be one iteration, another Nightwing, but he is Nightwing. The same way Bruce Wayne is mainly Batman.
So would this be a Lego Nightwing movie or a live action?
No, it's a live action.
Is this part of DC?
It's in the world of
DC.
Those movies. So Ben Affleck's Batman.
Okay.
That was his Robin, and he's gone off.
So they're going for a whole MCU kind of thing.
Okay, so what they could do is they could have flashbacks to when he was Robin with Ben Affleck's Batman.
Yeah,
that'd be quite cool.
Is there going to be
a young Batman played by Casey Affleck?
I mean, they've already. Do you remember at the end of The Dark Knight Rises? And they were doing Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
I thought he was going to do that.
What happened to that?
I was thinking Joseph Gordon-Levitt should play him, and that'd be really cool. Actually.
I don't think he should play him.
They won't do it because it's to stop from confusion.
Yeah,
it won't be Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah,
have someone new take the role.
I don't think he'd. Have you ever seen Joseph Gordon-Levitt in an action character role?
Is Looper an action movie? Does that count as an action?
Could do.
He was in Looper.
Yeah.
Was he?
See, he's that good an actor. He didn't even.
I think he could do it actually.
because I mean, some of the roles that I like him best in, you know, like 500 Days of Summer and 50-50.
Oh yeah,
really good in them kind of like the awkward kind of like indie romantic kind of.
There's a movie where he rides a bike, so there's that.
Okay.
Well, have you seen the film Don Juan that he wrote and directed? Don John. Yeah, he plays a porn addict in that, and he's quite masculine in that. I think he could get away with doing action film.
I thought it was quite cheeky because he wrote it, starred in it, where he's addicted to porn and he goes out with Scarlett Johansson. So it's like,
very fancy, basically.
Hey, if you're gonna write a movie, why not write that?
Why not?
Get with Scarlett.
But no, that'll be really interesting to see how they do the Nightwing film. I think that'll be quite a good film.
Bit of tidbit information on Joseph Gordon-Levitt. If any writers out there are interested, he does. Is it Hit Record?
Hit Record. Yeah.
Hit Record. It actually, if you're any creative person, like poetry, literature, director, photographer, anything like that. Hit Record is like this site run by Joseph Gordon-Levitt and his brother, I think.
Yeah.
And basically it's like a forum where people post like
ideas
and stuff like that, or they post things like challenges almost. And Joseph Gordon-Levitt does some, and they've even published a book of the best stuff off there. So if you just want to kind of like, if you've got a spare 10 minutes, just check it out.
It's really good.
It's pretty cool. Yeah.
If they want to sponsor us, give us a call.
Yeah.
Yes.
They won't know, but yeah. So he's not going to be Robin.
No.
And for what could we expect from this new Nightwing movie then? Chris McKay.
I think it'll be fine.
Do you think,
like all the DC movies, it'll be fine?
Yeah, but do you think like because they're trying to take a step towards like maybe lining up their stuff, they've gone for a Lego director?
Partly because they realise the Lego films are better than the DC comic live actions.
Just because they've got that air of like just simplicity and fun.
As long as they don't overcomplicate. Because I watched Batman vs Superman at Christmas, and it is just so over convoluted. It's not that convoluted. It's just too much happens. Too much happens in it. It's a bit
got no grounding. We talked about this in the last episode. It's that they've I think they must have spent. You know, you think of like, what was it, the Daily Planet, such an iconic building, such an important part in Clark Kent's life. They spent like 12 seconds in the Daily Planet in Batman vs Superman.
And don't get me started on the CGI. If they're going to do any more of these DC films, make the CGI look half real, please.
Right.
Yeah. Right, let's move on to another.
Yeah, enough of comic book stuff.
Thank goodness.
This one's I think everyone in the Nan knows about the Alien Covenant prologue.
And the Nan?
Yeah. Everyone in the Nan knows about
Doris.
The Alien Covenant prologue trailer and screenshots. But we won't talk about the actual prologue. I think we should talk about how it's better or worse than a normal trailer.
I thought it was really interesting how they built it up in the sense that you got the sense of that crew and that team. It was reminiscent of the original Alien, which is why I really don't want this film to be made. But the bit that really got me was when the girl started choking on her food, but you initially think she's about to...
Yeah, I think that was a bit of a tip of the cap, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I really worry that this is just going to be Alien. In this world of soft reboots, I think we might just be getting Alien again. Because that main woman looks suspiciously like Sigourney Weaver. It's Ripley.
I'm not...
watch it. Because I didn't realise...
And James Franco is actually in it.
Yeah.
He looked quite good, actually.
He was... Oh my God.
He was being serious once.
It was weird.
What I didn't realise, though, was... And I don't know if this has been in anything that you've read about it, that it was a crew of couples.
Yeah, it's the colonisation thing.
Oh, the team.
They're a colony.
I didn't know that it was a crew of couples.
I theorise that maybe they're gonna go. The plan is they're gonna go to what's it called? I think it's LV-426, which is in Aliens where they have the colony. I think that's the plan. They're going there, but they're gonna get sidetracked and meet up with the Prometheus people that have.
Right.
And help make the alien.
Yeah, because
that's going to happen.
The girl, when she choked and the guy whacked her on the back, that was Michael Fassbender, wasn't it? Because I always lose track of what he looks like. He looks different in every film.
So is that... So he's gone back to Earth to start a new mission to go back to... Is this...
That's a different robot.
Is that a different
He's
robot?
an android. In Prometheus, he's an android called David, and he got his head ripped off, and he's just a head.
Okay.
And he's a different android. What's he called? He might be called like Walter or something.
It's just strange that it's the same.
He's a different model.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
So they'll probably have a scene where there's two fast bending around.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's the same character. Like he's just going to play it the same.
Well, apparently he's a different model. Like I think he's an updated version. So I think more of the kinks have been worked out. I think he's more of a robot.
He knows how to dab.
He knows how to dab
because he's updated.
And he's a bit less free. He's like, because in the Prometheus he's into Lawrence of Arabia, isn't he? And he's doing his hair. I think there's less of that in this. He's just more of a straight up like help robot android droid.
Okay, hopefully so they're iron out more of the kinks. Yeah.
Hopefully, it might be a bit more, maybe a bit more.
Because I was thinking the other day, I wonder if one of them might actually also be an android, because Billy Crudup's in this.
Yeah.
And I love Billy Crudup, but he looks like a robot in his face. I theorise that maybe he might be a. Yeah. I also think James Franco is going to die. Yeah. Straight up. Well, in that clip, he's like already ill. Yeah. So there's something wrong with him.
He's the aliens bubbling in. But in terms of going back to does it work better as a prologue or trailer? I think.
To be honest.
It was interesting.
It's gonna appeal to some people, and it's also not going to appeal to. I think they'll still do a teaser trailer.
Definitely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Regular people aren't going to watch this. But they can't show that in cinemas.
I know.
What I was maybe getting at, because I remember I spoke to you last night about it, John, and probably you as well, Ben. But is that I think this is a better way to do marketing, to do teasers, to do promotional. Is that because you think about especially Will know, is that when you write a film, you'll write so much stuff that doesn't actually make it into the film. You'll write backstory and character biographies and stuff like that. And I thought that this prologue trailer did a really good job of kind of giving you that sense of camaraderie between the crew, giving you the character dynamics before you even go into the cinema. You kind of know, you can kind of like spy and see where the cracks might occur, which is the weak ones, who are the strong ones, what's going on. And obviously as a creator you can hold back some information, you can give some information, you can maybe even do some red herrings, and you can do like nice little tip the cap to the old alien.
I wonder if it will be in the final film though, this scene.
I don't think
stuff like this, that character building, you get a sense of who they are, that should really be in the film, because it's scenes like that where you kind of get to connect with them a bit and care about them. So when they all die, you care. I'm almost, but because this is cut out and the average person isn't going to watch this, they're not going to care as much.
I think it works for a sequel for franchises. Like I was watching the trailer for this new horror film, Get Out. Last night, and it's a 3-minute trailer. It gives far too much away. Even the last act, I can imagine scenes in the last act. So I think with this film, because it's a franchise, they really need to try and appeal to the people who would think, oh, this is just going to be a reboot, this is going to be rubbish.
Yeah.
So with this, though, it did deliver.
I think, to be honest,
as characters.
Yeah. The problem with modern trailers, like the one you talk about there, about Get Out, is that they give away so much plot. But they don't. The characters are still mystified, which is obviously done for some reasons, like you say, Ben. Like obviously the key to creating a good film is to building characters that you care about. Yeah. So when things happen to them, you can emote with them. But I'm almost certain that Ridley Scott will have a scene similar to that in the film, in the opening of Covenant. Yeah. But I don't think it'll be that scene.
No.
I think that's just for promotional, and I think that's for...
Well, I remember years ago, King Kong, the Peter Jackson version, they had in the trailer a scene where Naomi Watts has to scream and Jack Black tries to get her to scream, and when she does, you can hear Kong roar. That was from the very original 1933 film Kong. That was a famous scene from the original, but they never actually used it in the final film. It would have made it more longer than it already was. But the point is, I think it was... a good way of getting across that story and that theme. And I think I think more of these need to be made, maybe more prologues.
Yeah, I don't see, like, it's different with a film than it is with some games, I know, because I'm going to talk about game trailers because they get in trouble for showing footage of the game that doesn't end up in the game because they like the consumer feels like they're cheated out of something. Whereas in a film,
I can believe that.
I feel like you can get away with showing them footage that won't make the final cut. And I feel like they'd feel like it's a reward, like, this is something that I've seen that's not going to be in the film. I feel special about that.
Yeah, and the thing is as well, when you get the DVD or Blu-ray, the deleted scenes will be there,
Exactly.
and people like deleted scenes. People want to know what is missing.
I don't know though.
As film fans, we like that.
What all those Rogue One trailers, and then half of them aren't even in the film.
Just one,
just
one prologue trailer, and then just do normal.
I still think this might actually be in the film, this alien thing. Because I remember watching it. It was there's bits where it's weirdly edited, and like it's clearly been chopped up a bit. So I
but they haven't.
If it's not in the film, they'll definitely do an extended cut where they slap it on the.
Yeah,
front.
but you think
Ridley
about
Scott, of course it will.
Think about what actually happened in the prologue. Weren't they? Was that just before they were about to go into like hypersleep?
Yeah, it was just before. Yeah,
I don't think they'll do.
They'll just begin with them in hypersleep. But then it's just Alien.
It really is looking like Alien.
If it begins after that and they're in sleep, that's how Alien begins. They wake up.
Yeah, and then they all start eating and talking.
But is that how Prometheus begins?
I have not seen Prometheus.
Oh no, it's not. It's not how Prometheus begins.
Actually.
No. You see them before.
In my opinion, he's not gonna open the film like that and then kind of like slow it down as they wind down to go into hypersleep, and then like 5 years later, and then they wake up. I think we'll be going straight into the action.
Yeah, well, there should be something scary happen in the first, or make that uneasy.
There should be something unsettling happening,
which will be like Alien. I'm just going to see it on DVD. Just going to see it on DVD. I'm not wasting money to see it.
Oh no, I'll be going to the cinema to see it because I didn't have the chance to see Alien in cinema, so
true. Yeah,
I'll go and see this in cinema.
You want to see a full Alien in the cinema?
Yeah.
By Ridley.
Original.
Wow, we talked about that for ages.
Yes, so going on to another film that nobody wants.
Again, this is another form of marketing, I reckon. Is like, the power of social media now.
Yeah.
Is that... So, because who uploaded this picture?
I think it was one of the cast members. They upload... was it Lucasfilm?
It's probably Lucasfilm.
Was it?
Yeah, Star Wars, like themselves.
Oh, did they?
Put it up.
Okay, well, anyway, we saw just a Han Solo cast photo.
Them in the Falcon.
With Wookiee.
Yeah, with the Wookiee. And yeah,
I still don't think it needs to be made, and I'm still gonna see it, But it's like, for goodness sake,
it's fine.
I mean, the crew look happy.
They seem fine. The directors seem all right with it. He's got Han Solo looking hair. He looks like Han Solo. Donald Glover needs to shave his beard off, have that tash. I don't know, Chewie's in there.
Woody Harrelson.
It'll be fine. Woody Harrelson's just going to be Han Solo.
And we might as well throw all the images in together because we got Predator images as well.
Predator?
Why are they doing more
Alien
Predators?
and Predator in one podcast.
Yeah, not bad.
Versus. Yeah, that'd be a good movie, wouldn't it?
Would it be a good film?
No. Well, no.
No, it was a terrible film.
There was one bit in Alien vs Predator that I really liked. The bit where the Predator sees through the guy's body and sees that he's got cancer and then doesn't kill him. Do you remember that bit?
No, I didn't remember that.
Yeah, I thought that was a really cool bit. And then I was like, okay.
I liked the original Predator. I hated the second one in LA. I thought when they went to the city.
Yeah.
Can you imagine Alien going on Earth? That'd be awful. I just don't think it would work.
Yeah, with like running around skyscrapers.
Well, the whole point
in an office block.
Whole point was in space, no one can hear you scream. That's what the appeal of the films are.
In office space.
In office space.
No one can hear you.
But Predator, I liked it in the jungle.
Would that not work? Like Predator in like an urban space?
Yeah, that's what the second one was.
Yeah.
Oh, was it?
That's what we're talking about.
Oh, sorry, I was zoning out, just thinking about
and it didn't
Predator
work.
running.
It
really didn't work.
Because that film started off the whole Alien versus Predator thing. Because in that film, there's a bit where it's Murtaugh Riggs from Lethal Weapons in it. Not Mel Gibson, the other one, because he's in the Predator ship, and there's like a wall of skulls, like trophies. And one of them for a neat little Easter egg is the alien skull, and that's where that got the ball rolling for a.
But they used to do comics, and then they did a video game actually in the 90s of it, and then they did a film which was in development hell for years.
Game, I thought was quite fun, where there's 3 campaigns of the alien, Predator, and the human. I quite enjoyed that because it was just like you could be all 3.
But like Batman vs Superman, when you get into the movie, just doesn't deliver.
What are we talking about? Predator.
Han Solo. Predator.
I just feel like it might not have been done right. Like, I feel
Predator.
like it might work in an urban space. Imagine, like, something like Don't Breathe, which I've seen and you two haven't. But replace the blind guy with the Predator.
But is Don't Breathe solely in a house?
Yeah.
In one location?
Yeah.
But that can work.
But
you don't have to have that on Earth. You could still have that in space.
In space, you could have it in a part of a ship.
That was my pitch for a Terminator movie. If you want to do a good Terminator movie, you do 10 Cloverfield Lane, you have it like underground in a bunker, and it's like 3 people versus 1 Terminator with like no supplies. Make it really hard for them. That'd be really cool.
That would be really good. Only that would be too much. That would be too clever and good.
That would be too simple.
But simple sometimes good.
It'd be nice and low budget.
Yeah,
so
but that's not Hollywood, is it?
No, I know.
It's not Hollywood. It's bigger and better than anything you've ever seen before.
But yeah, Predator. I think it has potential. Shane Black's kind of got a bit of a resurgence, isn't he? Nice Guys was really good, and I think he's I think he wants to do it. You know, I think he was pushing for it. I think he's written and directed it. So
have you seen the 2010 Predator with Adrian Brody?
Predators,
yeah. What did you think?
I thought, it was alright. I liked the idea that they get the worst of the worst, stick them on the Predator planet, and then they hunt them. But there was if they did this one thing, I would love it, because in the film they are hanging around, and then halfway through, Lawrence Fishburne pops up, and he's been living there for like 30 years, and he's like, he's gone a bit crazy and stuff. It'd be so much better if that was Arnold Schwarzenegger. That was his character from Predator, and he's been planted there for 30 years fighting predators.
That would have been cool.
He's got a bit loopy. That would have been awesome. If you didn't know as well, and suddenly Arnie pops up, and he's like, I've been here for 30 years. It'll be so good.
Yeah, that would have been good, actually.
But,
good nostalgia.
That's just my dreams.
But yeah, we'll wrap up the news.
But yeah, Predator's got a kid in it, which I don't like, but the kid's a good actor, so I don't know anymore. I'm conflicted.
Who's the kid in it?
Jacob Tremblay.
Oh, the one from
Kid
Room. Oh, he's brilliant.
Yeah,
he's brilliant.
Kids, but he's all right, so I don't know anymore.
He's brilliant. No, that'll be good.
We'll wrap up the news with just the new releases from this week and the week before, which was Patriots Day and A Cure for Wellness. Cure for Wellness is Gore Verbinski's kind of like, hello, I'm still a thing.
It's his Shutter Island.
Yeah.
I saw the trailer like properly for the first time in the cinema, and I just thought it looks exactly like Shutter Island.
Yeah, I've not seen Shutter Island, so I can't compare it.
I really like Shutter Island, man. I think it's really good.
Yeah, I like the look of it. I actually really like the look of the film.
My housemates saw the film and they really, really like it. But I don't think it's got the best reviews.
No, but then critics aren't always the best people to judge.
Yeah,
I think.
You just go see it, why not?
Yeah, and a Patriots Day, which is based on the Boston Marathon bombings. It's always risky when you're taking a real life event, I think. I mean, have you seen World Trade Center with Oliver Stone? The film.
Is that Nick Cage?
Nick Cage. Where he played one of the rescuers who was trapped under one of the towers when they come down, based on a true story. It's always risky when you do it, because you don't want to offend everyone. You want to make sure it's well researched. We saw the trailer for Patriots Day, and when we saw Trainspotting 2, and it looks fine. It looks like a bunch of reconstructions coming together. When you do biopics, it's got to be a story. You've got to still get that story element, the narrative, the character.
I feel like as long as they're respectful, it'll be a hit.
Yeah, probably be fine. And I saw, because they've done him and Mark Wahlberg, that's their third collaboration. I saw Lone Survivor, which was their first. That's good. That's an intense film. I'm going to make a prediction.
Go on.
In the next 10 to 20 years, I think they're going to do, this is a bit controversial, I think they're going to do a movie about the Madeleine McCann story. Or a documentary. Because that's a massive thing. And they like doing these. Yeah, but
the McCann parents like quite literally own rights to their story.
Yeah, but they're shady, aren't they? There's something off about them.
I'd trust like Louis Theroux with it.
Oh yeah, Louis Theroux.
I mean, he's doing a Donald Trump documentary as we speak, about why where he came from, why has he become so popular. But yes,
that would be good.
Maybe.
I think
but I think the secret will die with them. I think the story...
It's still making news, like headline news.
I think that's the thing, is for as long as it's still in the news, and for as long as we don't know a lot, or we learn more, we don't know more, it might be in years to come.
In this world where they try and just create or get the money out of something, I think they might do it.
Even
even though I don't want them to.
No one in this hyper-connected, like, Big Brother Orwellian state, no one goes missing. Like, you're either missing for a week and then you're found somewhere, or you're dead.
Do you know about, like, in the 80s, there was that prize racehorse that got taken and was never found?
What? I never heard of that.
No. Yeah, I remember hearing the other day, like, in the 1980s, there was this, like, the best racehorse, like, jockey and stuff.
Yeah.
And one day, some blokes just took it from where it was living, and it was gone, and they've never found it since.
No.
Yeah.
It was so weird.
That's a very odd story. But biopics are sometimes a good way to bring back an old story that's kind of history forgot.
Yeah.
Bring a new generation of it into light, kind of thing.
It's under to know it, yeah.
I mean, yeah. So this is still the writer's block. This isn't missing persons block or conspiracy theory block.
No.
So we're gonna move on to our writer's opinion section. So this week I'll be looking at the girl with all the gifts.
She's got all the gifts.
She
got them all for last year. There was 38. Some of them are considerably larger this year.
This the girl with all the gifts is it's an adaptation of the book by the same name by I'll just find out.
She is a real spoilt girl, and she got all the gifts for her birthday. That's what happens, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's literally it.
Oh yeah, I thought so.
Full drama.
Gifts. Yeah, it's an M.R. Carey
book.
M.R. Carey book, who wrote the screenplay as well.
He wrote the screenplay. So The Girl with All the Gifts has been lauded as being the best zombie film since 28 Days Later. And I don't know whether they're just drawing that parallels because they're two British zombie movies, and probably the only two British zombie movies within 10 years of each other. But I can safely say that it deserves that praise.
Good.
It deserves that praise. I'm only going to be looking at maybe the opening 15 minutes or so, because obviously it's spoiler free. Right. But I just think that out of the entire film, it had a really brilliant first act. It set up the world and the characters in such a efficient and economical way, without you even wondering, what was the outside world like, what happened, because they kind of like drip fed you all the information in such a efficient way. So the opening, it was kind of like going off the power of Who. So the characters inform the mystery.
Doctor Who.
Yes, Doctor Who. So it uses its characters to set a scene. So I'm a big fan of using other characters to build up your main character.
Right.
So there's a scene, the first scene where you meet all the children. You may have seen it in the trailers, where they're all strapped into their wheelchairs in a classroom type scenario. And first of all, one teacher enters and she starts reading out periodical elements, and the kids have to say what the two letters like stand for, and also their atomic number.
Right.
And basically she's delivering it really cold, like ZN, GN or whatever, I don't know, periodical
you need to
elements.
Learn, mate.
And
know your science,
she's
man.
being a real cruel taskmaster. And then the Gemma Arterton character comes in, and she says, "Okay, I'm finished now. I'll take over." So it's kind of that reversal there. And the Gemma Arterton character is introduced as a really caring, passionate teacher and parent type matriarchal figure in it. And the way that she delivers the class is completely opposite to the first teacher that came in. So by using the other character as basically, this is how not to do it, you build up one character without her even being in the room.
Right.
Like in an instant, you're like, okay, this is a really caring person, because the other person was so cold and horrible. And there's another film that did this, or there's another scene in the film, which is Batman Begins, where we first meet Commissioner Gordon after Bruce Wayne's parents have been killed.
And he puts the coat on him.
Yeah, the first police commissioner or whatever, I can't remember, but the first person who speaks to him, you don't even see his face. He stands above him, and you just hear some chat, and poor Bruce is just crying his eyes out. And then Commissioner Gordon comes up, puts his coat around him.
I think he's the lieutenant at that point.
Lieutenant Gordon kneels down, gets to his level, looks him in the eyes, and you know that he it's the rule of opposites. We learn from bad models.
Yeah.
So I just thought that was a really powerful way of introducing the main character in a really efficient way. So the rest of the film, the rest of the opening centers around the other characters on the base, so like the Paddy Considine characters and all the soldiers.
Love Paddy.
Their reactions to the children inform the world and inform the situation, because these are big, hard men with guns, and they're like walking around these kids like they're the scariest things on earth. Like they're pointing the guns and they're trembling, and you don't. It doesn't tell you why, but all you know is that these kids must be dangerous. They like trembling and they're like, "Don't talk to him. Don't talk to it." And it's just really surreal, because these kids are being so polite and normal, and he's like, "Good morning, Lieutenant so and so," and the lieutenant's like, "Don't talk to it." But yeah, it was a really interesting way to start, because there's so many questions going around, like, why are these kids in chains? Why are these soldiers so scared of them? What are they doing in this bunker? Why are they teaching them these strange things? And then it all kind of comes. It all paid off in this one scene where Gemma Arterton's character, after delivering a lesson where she asked the kids to write a story, and the main child character, Melanie, played by Sania Nanua, basically writes a really heartfelt story, like a child would.
Yeah.
And Gemma Arterton has to basically comfort her, because she's crying because it's so emotional. Like, humanity's been ruined, but this child is just a child. So she goes and she touches Melanie, and then Paddy storms in, and he's like, "Oh no, you didn't!" And then he like,
"Oh yes, I did."
Has to remind her what these children are, and he rubs his arm and he holds it in front of one of the kids, and they just turn completely, like it's all flipped on its head, and all the kids around the room start chattering their teeth really hard and like lunging at everyone, and it's like, wow.
Sounds really good.
You've built up these kids and you've built up this opposing force, and suddenly the power dynamic is just completely shifted, and it's just brilliant. So there was also like a procedure like nature. It had that intrigue going about where they were talking in a lot of medical terms, and it reminded me a lot of actually like Casualty and stuff like that. And the main draw to Casualty in shows like that is the fact that, in Grey's Anatomy, is the fact that you don't know what these characters are talking about, and it kind of feels like you're getting an insight into a career that you'd never ever see.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, in this instance, it was like you're getting an insight into military proceedings or some kind of secret institution that you never quite going to see. And also the writer, so this kind of like it illuminates me, like, because you were saying it's the guy who wrote the book did the screenplay, and that because he really understood children, really understood children, and the dialogue for the children was great. Like, they're not just, when you think
wisecracking kids, they're
not just like typical kid lines like used to get a point across. They're real human beings, and he really understood the mimicking of behaviour and how children learn from what they see and what they hear.
Was he a teacher by any chance?
Who?
The writer.
I don't know, but it wouldn't surprise me. And how the children cling to seemingly inconsequential things.
Yeah.
But then they cling to it for a reason. Like there's this good bit where the Glenn Close character asks Melanie to pick a random...
Glenn Close.
I love Glenn Close.
Asks Melanie to pick a random number between 1 and 20, and she picks 1. And then she realises the next morning that the kid that was in the cell by that number is gone. So the next morning when she asks for another number, she picks her own number. So I just thought, they really understand children, because children are intelligent, children are smart, and I've seen far too many movies, read far too many books where children are used more like a device.
Yeah.
For plot and expansion.
Yeah, exactly.
So the themes. So we know everything about the world before we're actually thrown into it, which I think was really a really good way to do it, because what that did was, when you did actually see the world, you had one expectation. I was like, okay, it's gonna have gone to crap. But you entered into the British countryside, which I wasn't expecting.
Right.
I was expecting they'd be in London.
Yeah.
But they entered into the British countryside, and
Brilliant.
it was ruined. Like,
oh, really?
the army base was in panic mode as soon as you entered into it. I at least expected 10 minutes of harmony. No. Like, they had flamethrowers out. It was all going to crap. And any expectation that I had about the world was completely dashed. And that's probably the biggest payoff of effectively setting up your world in the first 10 minutes, is that then when you get to actually showing it, you can completely dash expectations and just go completely above it.
That's really good. And I like that it's not a city.
Yeah.
That's unique.
And the introduction to the world reminded me a lot of the Battle of the Beastuds. Yeah, Beepstuds.
Yeah.
Because, can't swear.
Oh, in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Bastards.
Sorry, listeners.
There we go. So we change Jon Snow with little Melanie, and that's essentially what the introduction to this world was.
Yeah.
Because obviously at the Battle of the Bastards, well, he's already said it, so... it was kind of used with this, like, shaky tracking cam of Jon Snow through the battle while horses were running past, and,
chaos.
It was just chaos, and that is the best... That's the closest comparison I've got.
I know this because I do watch Game of Thrones, so I'm completely understanding what you're talking about.
So yeah, that was.
Although I know Jon Snow.
That was my opinion on the opening of The Girl with All the Gifts. Jeff, definitely check it out. The opening was superb. Like, it really, really set up everything perfectly. And
is it as good throughout the whole film?
Does the
third act hold up?
It fell into a cliche, but then the very ending, the twist at the end was just, I was completely not expecting
unexpected,
it, and it really made it worthwhile.
M. Night Shyamalan twist.
Yeah. So I also forgot to mention, if anyone's a fan of the Last of Us game series, this is the Last of Us, the film, basically.
Ooh, close enough.
Gemma Arterton's very good.
Yeah,
I like her, and Glenn Close is great.
So yeah, that was my writer's block opinion.
Well, it certainly made me want to watch it. That's for sure.
I recommend it, definitely. It's not at all like a typical zombie movie either.
I think when you get horror films with mainstream actors in it, like Glenn Close or Gemma Arterton, it's going to be something a bit different and a bit more of a narrative piece rather than just a gore fest.
Especially with Paddy Considine in it.
Yeah.
He always does interesting stuff. He picks his things really well.
Yeah.
So it was the Oscars the other night.
Lol.
Or more like catastrophe awards.
Yeah. If there was an award for biggest mess up, it would go to the 2017 Oscars. Best Picture award.
Oh my god, it was the best thing I've ever seen in my life.
It was one of those situations where it would have been better if it was one other award where it was just one person, but the fact it was the biggest award of the night, they had the Cold Land La La Land accepting it, and then someone come on and said it was
brilliant,
excruciatingly brilliant to watch. It was awful, but brilliant.
The best thing I've ever seen in my life.
So we're going to go off the notion that most people will have seen the winners and the losers, and also heard about the drama over Best Picture.
Yeah.
For those who haven't heard of the drama of Best Picture, it was essentially the wrong winner was announced. So La La Land was announced for Best Picture, and it was actually Moonlight that won it because there was a mix-up with.
Apparently, the envelope was the best actress envelope. It said Emma Stone. Yeah. La La Land.
But I've seen the video quite a few times, and the producer, who actually said there's been a mistake, he looked majorly annoyed, didn't he? He was snatching it.
Of course he would be.
He was snatching it and like.
Did you see Ryan Gosling's reaction? He just laughed. He just found it funny.
Yeah. It's like I was saying to you, John. They must do rehearsals,
they do.
Dress runs.
They do.
Like days before.
But they don't know. Obviously, no one knows the winners. It's just
what a major mess up.
It's someone had one job. That's what the case is. But you had one job. Hand the envelope to Warren Beatty or whoever that guy was. Warren Beatty. You had one job, mate. And they.
But did you hear about the memoriam section?
No.
So they have the in memoriam section where they show pictures of people who've passed away throughout the year, people who've died. Well, there was a costume designer whose picture came up on screen. It turns out she's still alive.
Jeez.
But then there's also other controversy from the Oscars because of the Casey Affleck win.
Yeah.
Why is that a controversy?
Because he was accused of sexual harassment twice about 6 years ago, and it's known but not known, if you know what I mean.
I didn't know this.
I honestly think
he's only accused.
Yeah. Well, no, he paid the people off apparently. So I've read.
Apparently.
But he never went to court. He never got arrested for anything. But Brie Larson was the one who handed in the award. I think she's handed him another award because he's won a few awards for this film, Manchester by the Sea. Apparently, if you look at her facial expression, she opens the envelope, her face drops, and she didn't applaud him because obviously she's was in Room where she played an abused victim, but then she's also
it's all speculation.
It is speculation,
but
I'm not gonna.
It pervades everything. It kind of like permeates into all walks of life.
Gaunts him, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know whether I'm just kind of I'm above this. Actually, no, I'm below this.
Wow, you're so above this, are you? You're better than
no,
this.
I'm looking from the outside in. That's the better terminology here. Is that I think you can separate the artist and the art.
If it's all
well, let's put
speculation and hearsay and accusations, I'm not going to judge and believe it.
Well, I'm not going to name names, but there are some films that I like that I've since learned certain people in the film, again, not naming names of the film, were convicted of really bad crimes.
Names. Do it.
Really bad crimes. Convicted, went on to release, and then went on to make the films that I like.
Name names.
Not naming names.
I'll go on, do it.
I'm not. No, I'm not.
Hitchcock's one of the biggest ones, isn't
he?
Hitchcock, he was known as a massitive misogynist and really kind of like...
Tippi Hedren really suffered with him if the rumours, what she says are true.
Mel Gibson.
Exactly.
It is hard. I think if someone's done the point I'm trying to make is when I say the films I know, it's hard because I watch the film and think, this person did a really bad thing
this whole Casey Affleck, did this come up again during his Oscar campaign?
Oh, it's come up massively.
Yeah. Okay, well there you go then.
People, it's the
other people trying to stop Casey from winning. So it's like Denzel's troop just trying to look up anything to stop him from winning and try and badmouth him.
I think
that's all that is.
At the end of the day, he hasn't been tried or convicted or anything. So in a way.
So then you shouldn't judge him if you've got no proof. Yeah. There's no hard evidence.
Was there any shocks at the Oscars?
I honestly found the whole thing really predictable.
Moonlight was a surprise.
It wasn't a surprise to me at all. Honest to God, I have no proof. I predicted all of them and got it right.
Well done.
The big stuff.
Yeah.
Because I just thought it was just like all the obvious ones. I had an idea. Because I find when I watch the Oscars, it's always like a 2-horse race.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's Moonlight or La La Land. It's Denzel or Casey. It's Dev Patel or Mahershala Ali or whatever it's called. I can't do it. I thought like you do it like X Factor. When it goes along, and after every single award show, one nomination gets taken off the list.
Yeah.
So by the end, it's just a 2-horse race. Yeah. So I was like, what's the point?
I hate the awards season because
half of them were never going to win. So why bother doing this whole charade that there's 8 nominations when you only know only 2 really are going to win? I just don't see. I just don't care.
I think with these awards series shows that they're all the same time going on, it's always the same stuff over and over again. And the thing is, because there are these campaigns to get them for actors and stuff to win awards. Why can't it just be that because it's the judges? It's judges, isn't it? The Academy Awards that
there's thousands of people.
They why can't they just watch films and decide what's good and what's not, who's good, who's bad? That's why
I think because it's the same stuff, because those people have the same taste, and it's just it's just kind of this mystique that.
I was surprised though about Moonlight.
I wasn't.
Really?
Because I thought, because it's Moonlight and La La Land are the big 2, I thought to make it fair, they'll even it out. Yeah. So they'll give directing to Damien, and they'll give picture to Moonlight to make it a bit more fair. And I was bang on right, and I got all the actors right. And I love the fact, I didn't know this, but now Suicide Squad has won an Oscar. The DC EU has got more Oscars than the MCU.
Wow.
Lol.
Wow.
MCU have no Oscars.
That's no surprise. But
and
then again,
Fantastic Beasts apparently is the first
Harry Potter film to get an award.
I was surprised that Arrival didn't win anything.
Yeah.
It wasn't gonna, because that's
science fiction.
Actually a good film. That's science fiction. That should win.
The Oscars don't like science fiction.
Exactly. The Oscars don't like that kind of stuff. It was never going to win. Never.
No.
And I thought there was some that I was a bit like, I'm not sure about that. Like
Suicide Squad.
Production design. Yeah. No, but Suicide Squad actually had good hair and makeup.
Yeah, but Star Trek had better hair and makeup. They're all aliens and it's all practical.
Production design, I thought Hail Caesar would have got production design.
Did La La Land get costume?
No, that was
Fantastic Beasts got costume. Because if you actually watch Hail Caesar, the amount of different sets that they have and the amount of brilliant set pieces that they have, and La La Land, no, it didn't really have any of that.
Because it's just modern day. Hail Caesar recreated the 50s golden era of Hollywood. You think the Oscars would love that?
Arrival did win for best sound editing.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, and also Zootopia won for best animated film, even though I think it should have been Finding Dory because I thought that was really good.
And visual effects, The Jungle Book. I thought Doctor Strange would get this one.
Yeah,
I feel like that was quantity over quality.
I don't understand how The Jungle Book works. Does that count as visual effects? Because it's just
motion capture,
but it's not.
They're wearing mocap suits.
It's like but I got the impression it's all animated, but it's just photorealistic except for the kid. So it's almost like a 99% animated movie.
I think the set's real. I think the jungle's real. Well, real CGI black. Maybe maybe it is.
I think it's all. I don't know. I don't like the Jungle Book movie, so.
No, I don't like Jungle. I never liked the original cartoon version.
Jesus, John. What's wrong with the first Jungle Book?
Just never took to it.
Oh my god.
Just watched it and it wasn't my kind of film.
How old were you when you watched it?
Okay, it was only last year, but I didn't watch it as a kid.
Okay.
But I didn't watch Casper as a kid. I saw that the other year and I loved it. Absolutely.
I haven't got much of a connection with Casper. It kind of passed me by.
It was sad.
Was it?
And I think the Oscars, as we go back to, I think it's one of those where everyone, we all, as you say, it's always predictable the winners, but I was surprised about Moonlight in a way, just because of all the stuff we hear about it. It's racist, the Oscars, and
that's why it won, because they got to get rid of that stigma.
It was a really good one to kind of like say like, hey, we're not racist, because it was a black LGBT film.
And the thing is, they've never got over the Crash thing. Have you seen the film Crash?
Yeah.
It's rubbish. It's really bad. Well, it's just preachy.
I think especially because it beat Brokeback Mountain.
That's the thing. They've never got over that.
Thing.
Which version of Crash?
It's 2005.
2004. But that was the same year Brokeback Mountain won, and for years they've never got this stigma over the fact that Brokeback Mountain should have won that year. But it was...
I love that.
A different era.
You didn't like Crash?
I just find it really preachy. In the sense that I know what it's trying to do, but it's like on the nose half the time.
I didn't hate it, but I
thought it was really good.
I way preferred Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah.
I'm not gay, but I was proper crying in Brokeback Mountain. I really connected to their relationship, and I was like, oh god.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, I don't think it matters whether you're
gay
or
that's how good it is.
Yes, if it's a romantic, it doesn't play on the.
It's not a gimmick. It's a real.
It's
relationship.
A love story. Yeah. I just hope unfortunately it's become a bit of a joke now, that film.
And it's made cowboys a bit of a joke.
Yeah, I just hope that when I haven't seen Moonlight, I just hope when I see it that I watch it and think this is actually worthy and it's a good film, because everyone says it's good. I just hope it's not. They've not let it win just so it sort of gets rid of this stereotype.
This in general, like the Viola Davis speech. I don't know what she was doing. I don't get why, just because they're an actor, why they can go around preaching all this stuff. I just love that you would never get those kind of speeches at the Fishmonger Awards, would you?
No.
I just love that it's actors.
Do you know what I think? Do you know what some people have said? I mean, I was really... they did destroy Trump a little bit on the show with Jimmy Kimmel and the text and stuff. And the tweet, sorry. I think a lot of people are saying that, there has been a bit preachy this awards season with Trump and everything. And I think actors aren't always the best people to talk about this sort of thing, are they?
Yeah.
Because they do live in their own little bubble in some respects. But I think that a lot of people are saying that this Best Picture mix-up was almost a bit of a kick, really. That they were constantly thinking about...
Like a non-win?
Non-win. No, what they mean is, they were thinking so much about destroying Trump at the awards season, they just weren't thinking properly about actually getting the simple thing of giving the right card correctly.
They should crack on with their own thing and leave
I think so. And also, I going back to I just don't think speeches is the place to talk about politics.
Do it in the movies.
Do it in the movies, exactly, in scripts. Don't, and in that. And
they're just an actor.
It's like
all you are, mate.
That Broadway show Hamilton, where Mike Pence was in the wings with his family, and at the very end, it's a show about the civil rights movement, I think. But at the very end of the show, they actually said, because it was after Trump won, the American people are scared, blah, 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 because they knew he was in the audience. And they pointed to him with his family and said, the American public are scared and this is what our show's about. Well, don't say it at the very end of the speech. Just show the show. You know, let the story tell it. You know, I think... Yeah, I hate the award seasons a little bit more every year, a little bit. I say that I want to win an Oscar. I want to win an Oscar, but you know, I'm probably ruining my chances now saying that. But I just think it's getting too. It's too political. Not just the politics, but the politics inside, the way the campaigns. And why is it the best film? Why is Moonlight better than La La Land? Or why? You know,
I completely agree, but. I loved it because I'm fans of Casey and Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, those three, and
they're brilliant.
Like, they're like childhood mates. And I wanted a moment. If Casey won, I wanted a moment where him and Ben like have a nice moment of like a brotherly moment.
Yeah.
And there's a great bit, and I'm so glad they caught it. When Casey wins, Ben goes right up to him before he gets to the stage and gives him a big hug and like says a private word to him. And, like Ben's like crying as Casey does his speech. I just loved it. I just thought it was really nice. That he's just like this big brother seeing his little brother finally get what he's due. I just wanted to say that.
I didn't know Casey Affleck. I had never heard of him until recently.
What?
Because of Manchester by the Sea.
What?
I know.
Really? You've seen it. You've seen stuff with Casey Affleck.
What's he been in?
See, now you've put me on the spot. He's in that latest Chris Nolan movie, Interstellar.
Oh, right, okay. I've not seen that.
And he's in most of. He's in a few Kevin Smith movies.
Was he in Good Will Hunting?
Gone. I think he's in it, but not
not big,
because they wrote it. They put him in. You seen the Assassination of Jesse James?
Yes,
he's in that.
I love that film.
He's Robert Ford.
Ocean's 11, Ocean's 12.
He does not look 42. I'd say he's in his. I'd say he looks about 35.
Ocean's 13.
Chasing Amy.
Yeah.
No, I think that's you know.
Casey Affleck's great.
But yeah,
I'm just.
I mean, we waffled on about the Oscars there. You know, this one's been a bit of a
been
rant
a weird year.
This hasn't been a podcast. It's been a rant cast.
We had a lot to say.
Yeah,
which is good.
We're gonna have to wrap up shorter than we normally do because John has got to go and catch a train. He's got to navigate the British rail system, which is nasty at the best of times. So I think.
What, are we ending?
Yeah, we're ending.
Why? We're free.
Want to carry on?
We can carry on if you want to carry on.
I want to get Ben a date.
Okay.
Have you got one yet?
No.
Well, thank you very much, listeners. Hope you're all happy with the Oscar winners, and I will see you next week.
Bye, John.
Bye-bye.
I hate you, John.
Bye.
Bye, John.
I hate you.
Love you too.
Bye. John's walking out the room.
He's putting his coat on.
I wonder if we're going to cut this out of the YouTube video.
I'm not gonna.
You don't know how to.
I do now. I've worked out how to do the editing thing. Because for the listeners, because most of the shows they have a bit of music playing because we're from a previous show. I have to edit that out.
Wow, look at you!
But for this bit, I'm not going to edit this. I never edit it. Not much.
I like how anyone listening. I just want you to know that he doesn't edit. He just like cuts the start off when there's a bit of music.
I sometimes do the ending.
I am the one who does. You know, who knows?
Well,
how
if you go to the YouTube channel, all the editing is Jamie, and I sit next to him and like say, do that, put that there over its head.
Pretty much, yeah.
See you later,
Bye,
John. Bye, John.
Bye.
Now he's gone. Bye. Hate him. I can't believe you did that, Jamie. I can't believe you put us in the same room. That was excruciating.
I'm sad he's gone actually because I wanted to know what that girl who came in. Did you see?
Yeah, for the listeners, John, you might have heard him rustling around. John got up and walked out of the room for a couple minutes. Someone came in.
Yeah, and he came back and he had like a strange face, like what the hell was all that about? And I want to know, but now I'm not going to know until
John's
like,
private life.
I'm not going to know until like next Monday when I see him.
Oh, is he going home or something?
Yeah. So
okay. Well, this is the edit point, and we'll resume the show. Are we ready? What's next?
No, we have to clap.
Oh wait, hang on. I'm not ready. What's next on the list? What are we doing
What's
now?
next on the list?
We did the Oscars.
Get Ben a date.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so I'll clap and then that's where we'll pick the edit from.
So yeah, the Oscars 2017. Moving on, Jamie.
Yeah. Have you got a date? Have you since had a date?
Well,
I've been
really busy.
You say that every week.
Because I am, and I've forgotten to reply to people. Should I tell you my story about the girl from South Africa.
Yeah, go on then.
Well, it was just that.
I think you've just given away the punchline of the.
Okay, yeah. Well, I didn't know how to let you know about the story. I was messaging this girl on her profile. It says Cambridge, South Africa, and I just thought, oh, she's South African,
living in Cambridge.
So I was messaging her, and I won't name names, and it was like 2 a.m, and we were just talking about like nights in, just relaxing and stuff. And I said, isn't it? There's nothing better than just snuggling up, getting warm on a cold night, having a nice drink, or whatever. And she's like, yeah, well, it's 30 degrees here right now, and that's like the coldest in the day. And it was 2 a.m, and I was like, I think she actually lives in South Africa. So that's kind of fallen apart.
This is why Ben doesn't put himself out there, because he's just
I do put myself out there. I've put myself out there in South Africa, mate.
He's just gonna get
I'm out over there.
He's just gonna get hurt by the South Africa.
Can't be doing with it. South Africa.
Prawn.
Yeah, prawn. You blew my head off.
But yeah, so we're just gonna keep trying to help him the best we can. I mean, I'm his friend. I want to help him feel as happy as I feel.
In some cases, he's more than a friend.
Yeah.
He's a best friend.
Like I said, I want to help him feel happy through any means.
Because I'm never happy.
Never happy.
I'm a sad little man.
We've gone to our sponsors at BuzzFeed. Thank you, BuzzFeed.
Thank you, BuzzFeed.
For being such a venerable sponsor. You are the best. We've got one of your finest quizzes.
Honestly, Jamie, I'm 20 now, right? And up to 6 weeks ago, I had no idea who I was as a person.
Okay.
But because of BuzzFeed's brilliant quizzes, they told me how to think and what to say, and how, you know what I mean? So I now know how to be a drone thanks to BuzzFeed. I mean, an original person.
I mean, yeah, it just sounds like one of our production meetings with BuzzFeed. They just essentially, they just drill you. Like, you go into the room. Well, actually, no, before you get into the room, they're like 10 things that you didn't expect to hear in this production meeting, and you sit down, and you just kind of like wait for a bit, and then like they leave, and there was nothing that you weren't expecting.
It's brilliant.
But now you're drilled. They just keep you hanging. But anyway, we know if you're the dumper or the dumpy in your relationship. Sad violin music.
I could edit that in.
No, I'll edit that in.
I'll do it.
No, I'm going to edit it in.
What?
Okay, so here we go for Jamie. Here's the quiz. We know if you're the dumper or the dumpy in your relationship. Sad violin music.
Edit that in by Ben Pally.
What's your current relationship status? Committed relationship? Dating someone new? Married? Single AF?
Oh.
Dating a few different people?
Oh.
As soon as I figure it out, I'll let you know.
What does that last one mean?
Can I say that you're single AF?
I'm widowed.
No, you're single AF. Oh. Widowed isn't even on it. Widowed or divorced or anything like that. Nope.
Oh,
sorry, guys. Sorry, like 60% of the population.
Wow.
How long did your longest relationship last? Less than 3 months? 3 to 6 months? 6 months to a year? 1 to 2 years? 2 to 4 years? Or more than 4 years?
Less than 3 months.
Damn.
Nothing serious, man.
What word would you use to describe your love life? Fun, dull, cataclysmic. You literally move mountains with your love. Non-existent.
Literally move mountains. Is that an actual option?
Mercurial.
What's that?
Mercurial or perfect.
Perfect.
I want to put cataclysmic.
Oh, what?
Cataclysmic. It should totally be cataclysmic.
This is harsh. Well, stop. Why are you messing with the computer?
Mercurial describes someone whose moods or behaviour is changeable and unpredictable. Is your love unpredictable?
Yes.
I feel like we're writing a pop song for like Rihanna or something.
Yeah. She's going to call up any second now. I've got her on speed dial.
Rihanna, I've got it.
Riri.
Your love is mercurial. It's cataclysmic. Okay, so what would you say? I'm going to go for cataclysmic.
Okay, you do the quiz for me.
Pick a positive trait that best describes you.
Pick a positive.
Loyal, like a dog. Passionate. Determined.
Like a dog.
Optimistic. Confident. Empathetic.
I wasn't really paying attention. Passionate. I
Positive trait that best describes you.
Yeah, positive.
You're definitely not determined.
What?
I'd go for confident. You're confident. Right. Pick a negative trait that best describes you. Clingy, naive, lazy, avoidant, argumentative, impatient. Definitely lazy.
I'd say avoidant.
I'd say, ooh.
Because I would avoid to do anything. Because I can't be bothered.
Oh.
Because I don't care.
Okay. Pick an ideal date. Drinks at a pub.
No.
Cooked at a pub. Dinner and a movie.
Maybe.
Netflix and chill.
No.
We all know what that means.
It means you watch Netflix at a cool temperature.
Nature hike. Picnic in the park.
Ooh.
Miniature golf.
Oh snap. Mini golf. In a nightclub.
Have I already told this story? I feel like I should. Okay, so we stop in Ben Gets a Date for a minute.
See, I set you
Turn
up.
off the sad violin music.
Alright.
Turn it off. So I went to this thing called Junkyard Golf from one of my friends' 21st. And I was
You haven't got any friends.
I was just expecting it to
You just went to golf by yourself.
No, I didn't. Okay. I was expecting to just turn up. It was called Junkyard Golf.
When you said that to me, I expected you'd be in an American junkyard.
I expected I'd be in just like a normal building with miniature golf holes made out of junk.
Right. Okay.
Which essentially what it was. But the building I was in was a nightclub. It was a rave.
And you said to me that it was really hard to concentrate.
It was really hard to concentrate on putting.
Because there's nightclubs and the sticky floor and alcohol everywhere. And
yeah, and like
sweaty people.
It was like while I was trying to put the ball in the hole, and there was laser lights going everywhere, and I was just like,
strobe
came
lighting.
second.
Oh my god, he's dabbing. This is terrible.
I came second, so it mustn't have been that much of a holdback, or I just must be golf Jesus. But yeah, bit of a tidbit. Back to the date. Put the sad violin music back on.
All right,
pick an ideal date.
Cheers, Ben, for putting the music back in.
Pick an ideal date.
Oh, the picnic one was nice.
Okay, you want picnic? What's your relationship pet peeve? Messiness, codependence, apathy, being belittled, bad hygiene, or possessiveness?
Well, I am little, and I don't like being little.
I think you'd really hate, because you always tell me about how you hate how your housemates are messy.
Don't say this, because they might listen to this.
They're not going to listen to this, are they?
No, because they're too lazy and messy to be bothered to listen to this. That's exactly. Right, I said it.
So I'm going to go for messy. I think you'd really hate it if your significant other was...
If anything like my housemates, I don't like it.
Okay.
Finally, we've got a leak in my house.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, I saw last night where the shower is, the floor below it. It's coming through.
Ooh, that's a bad one.
And it looks like it's gonna just fall through. Looks really bad.
Just avoid that.
Just go through the back. Washing.
Just go. Now you have to pick an animal.
Oh, this is the worst thing ever.
Elephant, sloth, Arctic fox, otter, tamarin.
Why am I picking an animal? What for?
Dolphin. It's to find out whether you're the dumper or the dumpy.
Just pick an animal.
Well, which animal do you like?
Elephant. What was it? Elephant,
sloth, Arctic fox, otter, tamarin, or dolphin.
But what's the context? Why am I picking?
Just pick an animal.
But sloth.
Right. You are the dumping. You do the dumping. You have a very particular idea of what you want out of a relationship, and you don't have the patience to stay with someone who doesn't fit it. The problem is that nobody's perfect, not even you.
Well, hang on.
And you might be too quick to ditch a relationship instead of trying to find a way to work it out. That's not to say you shouldn't have standards, but you can sometimes be too rigid with your expectations.
That's probably true. I mean, you're on thin ice, as it is. That's right, cry. Oh no, he's yawning. I've bored him, listeners. Did you hear the bit earlier when you went, "Oh, I zoned out, I wasn't paying attention"? Like, great. We're trying to do a show, and you were just on your phone, just not.
I was reading the itinerary.
What? That's terrible.
I was trying to think about what to say for the next bit.
This is shocking. You just weren't paying attention.
I'm the glue. Like I said, I'm the glue.
No, you're not.
I need to think. I need to be thinking like 1-2 steps ahead.
We need a production assistant. We need someone who's like stood left of you, ready to go for the next thing, so you don't have to think about it.
Yeah, I need someone to like rest my arm on.
Yeah, it's not going to be me though. Okay then. What are you doing?
Right, so that was Get Benedict.
Oh, that was great.
So now we know that now in his profile it says he's a 94% nerd.
Yeah, that was
He's a pessimistic optimist.
No.
Optimistic perfectionist.
That's it.
Right.
Because a pessimistic optimist makes no sense. Or optimistic pessimist. God, you're a fool.
He's definitely more of a Monica than a Rachel.
Of 66% Monica.
Yeah. And now we know that if you were to get into a relationship with him, he'd dump you.
And there was another one where it was like, I sort of hate feelings some of the time.
He kind of sort of hates feelings some of the time.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. And now finally we know that if you are to get into a relationship with him, he's going to dump you. So, yeah. This is Get Benedict, but I feel like all we're going to do is like make sure Ben never has a date ever.
Because we're just burning all the bridges here.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're just saying why you shouldn't date me. This is just bad. We've done it wrong. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm fine being alone forever. As long as you're here, Jamie. I'll be alright.
Well, I'm not here because when we finish the show, I'm going. To Subway.
Oh, you
sponsors.
Was it last week where you had 3 Subways? Because you're an addict. You're the worst. Shall we crack on?
Yeah.
What's next?
I mean, we've got the last bit.
The last bit?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I know.
So we're gonna do the denouement, where we end by talking about someone or something.
Can I just say, just so the listeners know, I came up with that name for the segment.
Okay.
Because I cleverly thought of denouement.
Yeah.
And the other one,
which is
vomit.
Right. So this week we've chosen to do Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves.
It's Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves.
So
in honour of John Wick 2 coming out.
So we thought Ben's been to see John Wick 2. He went without me. He's broken the sacred oath, and now my ghost will hold him.
Okay. Stop right there. What is that? You went without me first. You started this. You went to Trainspotting 2 without me.
Yeah, but then we made a blood oath, and you've broken it.
We didn't make a blood oath.
So now my ghost spirit...
Because I was already tied into a blood oath with other people in regards to John Wick. I had to honour that first before we made this blood oath. Because I was in a blood oath that I'd see John Wick 2 with my housemates. They actually came with me.
Ben, they don't love you.
They don't, but they came with me for this.
They don't care about you like I care about you.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, so Keanu Reeves. So
by the way, John Wick 2 is really good. You should go see it, by the way.
Yeah, we thought we'd do a fun little kind of like cup competition where we pit the various Keanu Reeves characters.
The best
badass
badass
Keanu Reeves characters against each other.
To see who is the most awesome Keanu Reeves character ever. That's pretty good. Ever.
In the world.
Yep.
Ever.
This is how important this is. And I can't have you messing this up, Jamie.
Okay.
Be on it.
Alright, so first up, we've got in the quarterfinal matches.
Oh, it's quarterfinals.
We've got Ted from Bill and Ted.
Ted! Theodore Logan! Is he actually Ted or is he Bill?
No, he's Ted. He's Ted Theodore. And then from Point Break, we've got... Drum roll, please, Ben.
Drum rolling. Sound effect cue now.
We've got...
What's his name? Johnny Utah.
Johnny Utah. So it's Ted versus Johnny Utah.
So it's like if they just landed in like your school gym, just as they were in the film. What point in the film? The beginning of the film? The middle of the film? Or the end of the film?
We're going to pit... Ooh.
Because at the beginning of the film, none of these characters have begun their journey, have they?
Should we take them from when their journey's complete?
Because what is their prime? Is it at the end of the film, would you say?
Yeah, the end.
Okay, so it's imagine they've just finished their film and they've been plucked out of nowhere and landed into like your school gym
match.
And it's whatever they've got on them.
Yeah,
and they just fight.
Mm-hmm.
So in a fight, we've got Johnny Utah, FBI agent. Versus Ted. a guy who probably is high all the time in a fight.
I don't want to overcomplicate this by, but Ted has got like super stoner skills.
He hasn't though, has he?
No.
He hasn't got much fighting. Has he got a fight? Can he fight? But the question is here, has Ted got the time machine with him?
No.
So
he knows the knowledge of time.
Yeah, because he's been hanging out with Billy the Kid.
Yeah.
And all the other people, so he's going to have some skills.
He's going to be like tooled up, but he's going to be streetwise.
Another key question is Johnny Utah going to have his gun on him? Because
I think that'd be unfair.
Oh, so you want a straight up brawl? Fisticuffs?
Yeah, fisticuffs.
I still think Johnny Utah's got this.
Yeah, Johnny Utah would win because he's FBI.
Agent!
Okay, so first of all, the winner of the first round of quarterfinals is...
I think it's pretty fair to
Johnny
say
Utah.
It's Ted Theodore Logan.
Oh.
Johnny Utah.
Thank you. And Ben is currently in front of his mic because he knows how to radio.
It doesn't matter.
Now he's too close to his mic.
What?
And now he's up.
How's that?
I mean, whatever, just stay there.
What happens if I sit here?
Next
Can
up...
I go over here?
Yeah, you can go over here. He's come and sat next to me.
I'm in John's seat.
You are John.
Hello. Should I do an impression of John? How does John talk?
Do an impression of John.
Hi guys, I'm John Collins. How was that?
That was rubbish.
It was a bit rubbish. Why, you do an impression then?
No.
Come on.
No.
Come on.
No.
Why? Do it.
No.
Please.
Come on, we're pitting Keanu Reeves.
I said to you, don't mess this up, and you're messing it up. This is all your fault.
Right, Speed versus The Matrix. So we've got... Yeah, here we go. So we got Jack Traven
from Speed
versus Neo from The Matrix.
Wow.
Yeah, I think there's only one clear winner here.
It's clearly Jack Traven.
Right, we had this debate yesterday, didn't we, Ben? Like, Neo without The Matrix.
This is the key. What? Yeah, is this Neo in The Matrix, or is this Neo outside of The Matrix?
And is this Neo at the end of the first film?
Which I believe we are doing the first film, The Matrix.
In which case...
This is the end.
He's, like, super weak.
But I know Kung Fu.
Yeah, but he doesn't...
He knows Kung Fu. Because he knows it all, doesn't he? Because he's implanted it in his brain.
Yeah, but...
So he's got the fighting skills, but has he got the stamina like a Jack Traven?
Yeah, because he's, like, been eating gloop.
Yeah, there might not be much to him. Jack Traven's
like
been...
chicken.
Jack Traven, because he's just come out of Speed... So he's been riding around on a bus and on a train fighting Dennis Hopper. So I don't know, Even though Neo knows Kung Fu,
Jack Traven.
I think Jack Traven might actually have...
Okay. Next up.
That's mental. We're going to give it to Jack Traven over Neo?
Yeah.
Wow. That actually might be controversial if we had anyone actually listening to this.
So next up, we've got...
Are you keeping track of all this? So we've got...
Yeah.
Johnny Utah and Jack Traven in the semis.
So next up, we've got Bob Arctor from A Scanner Darkly, who, let's not forget...
Isn't he like a drug addict? Is
that
what that is?
He's, isn't he... Yeah, he's an undercover cop, so we've got that.
Oh, yeah.
But he gets addicted to the drug substance that he's trying to, like, bring down.
Okay.
And that's versus John Wick. He's like the ultimate badass assassin.
But he's reluctant.
He is reluctant.
He'd rather not do it.
Yeah.
So that's important. But
and Bob Arctor didn't kill his dog, so why would he be fighting him? Unless forced to.
They just they're forced to. They're dropped in the gym, and they have to.
He's an undercover cop, but he's addicted to drugs.
He's not going to be with it. I think if John Wick has to do it, he's gonna just do that kind of jiu-jitsu, wrap him up in a ball and snap his neck, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, we don't know how good... I mean, John Wick doesn't really fight without guns, does he? That much.
But
he does. He's into gung fu, not kung fu.
I've seen John Wick 2.
Oh, does he fight?
And I can argue... this is no spoilers, but there is a good fight scene with no guns.
Okay, so
and
he knows how to do it.
He's very skilled.
Okay, alright.
And he fights... Again, no spoilers. In this fist fight, he fights people that are bigger than him. So that would be bigger than Bob Arctor because that's also Keanu Reeves.
All right, it's quite obvious that John Wick's going to win this
fight. We've kind of dragged that out.
Yeah.
So it's clearly John Wick versus Canada.
So next up, we've got this one's slightly more even. We've got
Okay.
So we've got what's his character name? Is Keanu Reeves from 47 Ronin.
Okay.
Which he was the samurai. It wasn't that good.
I've not seen it yet. But I don't know why though. I kind of still want to see it. Is it just because it's Keanu Reeves with a samurai sword?
Yeah. And he'll be going up against John Constantine.
I don't know anything about John Constantine. He's like fighting monsters and the devil, isn't he?
Yeah.
What skills has he got?
Well, in the Constantine that Keanu Reeves played, it's about heaven and hell. But my understanding of John Constantine from the DC comics is that he's
got like magical powers.
He's like a magic user. He's a bit like Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
But the DC version, and he's a real sarcastic, wry humour, and he really gets on a lot of heroes' nerves.
Yeah, he's not liked.
He's not
well liked.
And the John Constantine played in the Constantine movie was, I think he was essentially fallen from heaven, if I can remember rightly.
An angel.
Okay, no, so he's a detective, but there is some kind of element of heaven and hell to it.
So we kind of have no information here. Is he just a guy?
Yeah, look, so he does essentially battle with Satan.
That's quite a big factor.
Yeah.
I'm assuming he wins. But how does he defeat Satan? Is it with his fists? Or has he got a weapon?
I can't exactly remember.
So
it's been so long ago that I watched this film. It's 2005.
Right. So we're kind of in the dark here.
Yeah.
So what do we do? Do we just by default give it to 47 Ronin, even though Constantine might actually
just think about it. He's a supernatural detective.
So is he?
Satan.
But we don't know how he's done that. Satan might have just fallen into a pit with Constantine having done nothing. Why don't you go on Wikipedia and see how it ends on the plot bit?
He is a demon hunter whose sole purpose on Earth is to send demons back to the nether regions. John himself has been to hell and knows that he is destined to return there on his death, but hopes his good deeds may find him a place in heaven.
But he hasn't got a sword on him. 47 Ronin has a sword with him. And isn't it a magical sword? Jamie, you have to keep talking.
I'm trying to help understand Constantine.
See, when we were planning this, I said to you we should have sorted this, and you just picked Constantine just to get this over and done with. And now look, it's coming right back and bit us in the arse because you couldn't be bothered the other day.
Ooh, Rachel Weisz, isn't it?
Oh, we've just gone off track.
I like her. She used.
Get off Rachel Weisz and let's do Keanu Reeves.
Do you remember when it used to be Rachel Weisz and Brendan Fraser were in everything together?
That was the best period in human history
of Hollywood.
That was the best thing in my life.
But no, I think the winner here would be John Constantine.
I don't know anything about him. I'm going to say 47 Ronin. So now we're at a standstill. Flip a coin.
Right, and we're going to have to fight then, aren't we?
All right, fine. Ow! Hey!
Ding,
I'm
ding,
gonna flip a coin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What are you calling? Heads or tails?
Heads for John Constantine.
Tails for 47 Ronin.
Yeah.
Are you ready? What did you say?
I said heads for John Constantine.
Oh, for God's sake.
Did I win?
No.
Yeah, John Constantine. Right, semi-finals. We've got Johnny Utah versus what's the guy from Speed called?
Jack Traven.
Versus Jack Traven.
Oh snap!
They like.
This is just the same battle.
Okay, we're gonna shake things up then. We'll do Johnny Utah versus John Wick.
Oh.
What do you think?
This is the end of the film.
Yeah.
But the end of the film, Johnny Utah is all right, and he's at the beach because he's become a surfer. The end of John Wick is battered up.
Yeah.
He's beaten up.
Yeah.
He ain't got much left of him.
Nope.
But he's still John Wick. Baba Yaga. Beats people up. FBI. I am FBI
agent. I think we'd have to go for Johnny Utah. Just based off the pure fact that John Wick has just been through 90 minutes of hell, and there is no happy ending at the end of that. Well, he got what he wanted, but
he's a murdering, killing machine. Johnny Utah, he becomes a full-on surfer. I think he stops being a cop. His heart's not in it. Because he's like falling in love with Patrick Swayze, isn't he? And he's kind of lost the will to be a cop, isn't he? Because he's fallen in love with being a surfer. John Wick's got this. Johnny Utah don't care anymore.
John Wick saying that Johnny Utah will, when forced, life and death, he's not going to rekindle his...
he'll want to die because that means he can join Patrick Swayze. Because it's heavily implied that Patrick Swayze dies at the end of Point Break and they like love each other. John Wick's got this.
Right.
Oh my god.
Okay, John Wick. Now we got
is it Jack Traven versus who?
John Constantine.
John Constantine.
The Keanu Reeves John Constantine, I think, would also win.
I don't know anything about John Constantine.
He's in this version. He is basically a mercenary from hell. He puts demons back in hell.
What skills does he
He's
got?
basically, imagine The Exorcist.
Yeah, but that he could be no more better than a Ghostbuster.
He's much better.
He could just be Bill Murray.
No, he's not.
Do you know what I mean? Though?
He's moody and he's.
But do you know what I mean? Like he could just have some sort of little demon pack, like a Ghostbuster.
No,
that's all he does.
He's got guns.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So the Ghostbusters probably.
What do you mean probably?
We're
dealing in certainties here, Ben. We deal with the facts, not the maybes.
We haven't got any facts. You don't know. You don't know anything.
I don't see you knowing any more than I don't know.
Go on Constantine Wikipedia.
I'm on it.
No, you're not.
Stop shouting over me.
God, this is a shambles. Oh no. Movie there, that one. Oh my god. Just listeners, just pause for a sec. This isn't the film.
No, but it's essentially this.
No, it's not essentially. You have to go on the film.
We need a list of his powers and abilities.
But that's different to the film. Because we just said how the guy has got magical powers and he's not liked and stuff, and this is different. Oh, this is terrible.
He's basically a wizard.
I'm mad at you now, so I'm going to give it to Jack Traven.
You're gonna be awkward about it.
It's cans. It's just cans.
Okay, then let's skip to the final then, which is
Jack Traven
versus John Wick.
This is the fight I wanted.
Is it? Oh, you always get what you want, don't you, Ben?
Yep. Because if we're going to really go at the end of the film, they're both a bit beaten up here.
Mm-hmm.
Jack Traven's just got the girl, I think, which is... She's in Gravity. Help me. Pay attention! Were you not listening then?
I thought you totally had that, because this is what you wanted.
Did you just zone out?
This is what you want,
Did you just zone out?
I was reading about John Constantine.
Did you actually just zone out?
I was reading about his powers.
That just happened live. I asked you for help, and you were just on your phone, not listening.
I wasn't on my phone.
Were you on the computer?
Yeah. You just said that this is the final I wanted.
Yeah, but who's the woman who's in Gravity?
Sandra Bullock.
Yeah, thank you.
Jeez.
God, because he's just won her, isn't he? He's just
won her like a possession.
Like he's won her affection.
There we go.
But John Wick's a bit beaten up, but he has got a new dog, so he's got a bit of life left in him.
Yeah,
they've both got life left in him because he's won the girl and he's won the dog, won the affection of the girl. But John Wick knows kung fu, and Jack Traven was just a guy on a bus.
He knows how to be a badass.
He does, but. Why don't you say something? Hey?
Why
don't you theorise?
No, because I didn't want this final. But fine, I'll theorise.
Doesn't matter if you need to be professional.
Let's think about the pressure.
You shouldn't get personally involved because you didn't want it doesn't mean you should stop doing your job.
Let's think about the pressure that both characters are under.
Okay.
So one of them has been driving a speeding bus and dealing with all kinds of crap.
Yeah, and it was going to blow up.
It was going to blow up, so he's been pretty highly strung.
He's been fighting a terrorist. I think he's really tired and exhausted.
Okay. John Wick would be equally as exhausted, but he's been trained years and years and years.
And he's
been conditioned.
Yeah.
He's in peak physical condition.
He is.
And
he's still mad because he's still grieving from the death of his wife.
Yeah, and Jack Traven doesn't like dogs. He's more of a cat person.
Is he?
Yeah. And that just pisses John Wick off.
Does it?
Yeah. So that gives him added motivation.
Do you know what we should have done? We should have included that cat Keanu from the Keanu movie, because that's played by not John Wick, Keanu Reeves.
Really?
Yeah, there's a film called Keanu, and they have a cat called Keanu, and apparently in the film, John Wick voices the cat. We should have done that.
John Wick voices the cat.
I meant Keanu Reeves.
He gets into character to voice a cat.
I thought, wouldn't that have been awesome to have John Constantine versus Keanu the cat?
I feel like...
I think I know where this is going. I think it's going to be close. I think because John Wick's a bit beaten up,
I think John Wick's going to win it.
I think he is just going to get it. I think he'll get Jack Traven in some sort of lock and a hold, and he'll just like snap his arm.
Yeah.
And then he'll just get his neck.
Exactly.
But I don't think neither of them have got guns on them left, because they've just used all the bullets. So I think John Wick might just edge this. So do you know what we do? Do you know what we do now?
Flip a coin.
Bonus fight. John Wick versus John Wick 2.
But I haven't seen John Wick 2, so this is
I have a preference.
Go on then.
I think John Wick 2 beats John Wick.
His future version.
Yeah.
Back from the future, a time machine, time loop. But John Wicks can't exist at the same time.
Why?
No, time continuum or something.
They can. I think, yeah, it should be alright.
But when one kills the other one, the other one will be like,
if John Wick 2 kills his younger self, he just erases from existence.
Yeah, so will they not both just realise that and just like have a tea party?
They'll both look at each other and go, whoa.
And then that'll be it.
Yeah, John Wick 2 would win this. What was that? Did you hear that?
Yeah, sounds like you dropped something.
It wasn't me, it was you, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't. But anyway, there we have it. John Wick.
I think John Wick might be...
is the most badass Keanu Reeves character.
I think he is.
And would win in a Mortal Kombat / time trap.
It would be cool to have like a battle royale of all of them in one arena, just fighting. You've got like a Neo flying around, and like a Jack Traven being like, cans! It's just cans! It's just like Johnny, I am an FBI! And you just got like Ted being like, whoa! Whoa!
Just about in his time machine.
Yeah, like, Bill! Whoa! Oh, that'd be cool.
You know what would have been interesting if we counted in the robot versions of them?
Are we saying Robot Ted would win? What would win between Robot Ted and regular Ted?
Definitely Robot Ted. If
what?
we just speaking about strength.
Well, because in the film, isn't Robot Ted sent to kill regular Ted? So no, because don't they join the band? I can't remember. Don't Bill and Ted defeat death?
Oh my god,
that's pretty big.
Well, they did it in like the most fluky half.
But surely that's quite a big thing.
We don't go back.
Does Ted win the battle royale first? John Wick 2 versus Ted from Bill and Ted 2. So this is Ted 2 versus John Wick 2. And how does Ted defeat death in the film? You're just you're flailing your arms in the air on a radio show.
I don't know. We didn't have enough time to watch these films.
How did they do it? I can't remember how they did it. Because if he beats him physically, then surely Ted wins because he's literally defeated death. And that's a higher thing than defeating Satan. So he'd beat John Constantine. What are you doing?
I'm Googling it.
How did Ted beat death? That's all you've put.
There he is.
Because doesn't he... I thought he joins the band as well.
A Game for Their Souls.
A Game for Their Souls. And Melvin. But we can't sit here and read that on this radio show because it's just going to be like dead air.
Oh, they beat them at Battleships Clue and Twister. We can't have that.
Okay, John Wick 2 defeats Ted 2 in the ultimate final for the most badass Keanu
Because that's
Reeves
because
character.
Ted gets out a Cluedo board and John Wick's like... Yeah. So John Wick...
Left hand green! Whoa!
John Wick is the ultimate badass
John Wick
character.
2 is the ultimate badass.
And on that note...
I'm looking forward to John Wick 1 versus John Wick 2 versus John Wick 3. Oh! We should do all 3 Neos.
Oh, no.
That another day.
Yeah, another day. Because we've been talking for an hour and a half now.
Oh, what? Oh, but I've had so much fun.
I've had fun too, Ben.
I've had so much fun after John left. Because I hate John.
Oh. I thought you were just being real mean then.
I don't like John, what can I say?
But you know what isn't going to be fun? Editing and rendering this.
I'll do it, it's fine.
Yeah, whatever. Right.
I'll get it uploaded.
It's been lovely chatting with you all.
It's been alright.
My name's been Jamie Keir.
My name has been Gregory Peck.
Gregory Peck.
Who's
My
that?
name's been Tim Hanks.
Who's Gregory Peck? Why have I said that?
Tim Honks.
Who's Gregory Peck? What's that?
Don't know.
Search it now. Just do it. Come on.
You've got to keep talking so no one gets bored.
Okay, he's typing into Google Gregory Peck. Why? There he is. Stop. Just go on it now. Oh, he's an actor.
He is.
Oh,
To Kill a Mockingbird.
He's Atticus Finch. Well, there you go. My name's Keanu Reeves.
Tim Honks here signing off.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Bye 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 bye.
That was great.